Textbooks, right? Okay, so in today's lesson, we'll be focusing on three aspects, which links to the main topic. The first point in which we'll be focusing on is what was apartheid? What was apartheid? I hope that you are writing this down in your books. Second point, how did apartheid differ from segregation? How did apartheid differ from segregation? And why did the National Party adopt the policy of apartheid? Write it down. Why did the National Party NP adopt the policy of apartheid? Right. So, my question is, well, before we dive into the history of apartheid, we need to bear in mind these 2 points in which you need to understand the history of apartheid and how it was implemented, and you need to understand why it was implemented. So, we need to define apartheid in order to continue with this course and understand the content of this lesson. What is apartheid? Apartheid is a word derived from the Afrikaans language, meaning apartness. Apartness. So you may understand the meaning of apartness. It means that it's the separation of racial groups, in which in South Africa it's mainly the Africans, which are black people, Indians, colored, and the white, which were the superior racial group. So when was it implemented? It was implemented in the 1948 by the National Party, which was an ideology created by the National Party. So who was the president at that time? F.W. de Klerk. I'm sure you know who is F.W. de Klerk. So why did they implement this ideology? The reason why they did this is because they are the minority in the African country. So they were afraid. They had fear that the black community was going to take over their culture, their jobs, and their community and how they lived. So what were the laws that were implemented in the ideology, the policy? You were not allowed to be friends with another race. The races were separated, segregation. So, for example, the whites lived in the suburbs, the blacks lived in the townships, in the rural areas, which were the Africans. The coloreds lived in the let's just say, suburb areas, and the Indians lived in the good places too. So their intention when they were implementing this policy, their intention was they thought that it was to develop bring development on an equal basis. But not knowing that if they implemented and it happened in real life, things would go south.